Okay. Now we get into question number 1. And he starts off, well, it is, what are 1769 King James Version edition errors doing in the Book of Mormon, a purported ancient text? Errors which are unique to the 1769 edition that Joseph Smith owned. Now, if you're going to be claiming sincerity and honesty, you don't want to reveal this type of information. You did not find this out through your own actual research. You read from other authors who found this out. So, sorry, Jeremy. Your claim to sincerity and honesty in your research just flew out the window. So, yeah, because what you're presenting to the CES director is that you yourself did the research and checked the 1769 edition of the King James Version. See where there's a problem with that, Jeremy? You didn't actually do that research, did you? You read about it in such books like, Rough Stone Rolling by Bushman and others, as you put it. They led you to this. It is not your question, it is theirs. And so, the CES director already identifies you as an antagonist to the church. It's not the same as when I went to the church with my Paleo-Hebrew decipherment. I genuinely did the research and went, hey, Joseph Smith's on the right track. Is there anything else you guys have that can help me in my research? And then they want to excommunicate me. They put me in a troublemaker file, 36434, and blacklisted me. So there's a big difference between what the church did to me when I went to the church with questions and what you did by going to the CES director with questions. Big difference. And the question is, why did you go to the CES director? Because he's not an authority on doctrine. He's just a director over hiring and firing of CES instructors. He's not a church authority. He's not a scholar. He started off as a CES teacher himself and rose up the ranks because of who he knows. That's how it works. The guy was an ass to me when I wanted to see about becoming a CES director here in Utah, or a CES instructor here in Utah. He told me to enlist in the military and become a military chaplain. I wanted to say F you and then throw the chairs around the room and storm out, but I refrained. So yeah, they're not authoritative people. So that's your first problem here. But then you hit them with a bombshell exposing your true intentions here after you gave that letter that exposed yourself as being ingenuine. So I see what you're doing, Jeremy. Good for you. You organized everything together, but don't come off claiming that you did the research and that you found all this stuff out by doing your research. My philosophy of Mormon illiteracy, that was research. So big difference. But to answer is that it wasn't the Smiths edition that they were playing. Well, yeah, it was. If you are familiar with, I think I'm going to have to transfer it to my computer for you, because I only have one or two actual. Okay, anyway, the Book of Mormon was plagiarized, and they had authors doing the plagiarizing. Sidney Rigdon was the main author of the Book of Mormon. Main author. Oliver Cowdery played a role in it. Alma 32, where the Mormon doctrine of faith actually is, not Moroni chapter 10, 3 through 5, misinterpreted. But then there was also trace elements of Parley P. Pratt. And when you do the research of Parley P. Pratt, he was in the same congregation that Sidney Rigdon was leading. And so then you got to figure out what's going on here. The first part, the 116 pages, that were lost and had to be rewritten, that has Joseph Smith Sr. all over it. His Tree of Life dream. And so they're the ones who filled in the 116 pages with the 1769 King James Version with the errors. That was part of it. They selected certain passages from Isaiah that applied to their overall theme for the book. And my Mormon, or I guess it's LDS Mormon Code, Book of Mormon Code, I think, playlist. It's got code. Can't miss it. I've been putting videos that I reveal code from the Book of Mormon in that one. And so the use of the King James Version as well as the other plagiarized materials are for the code that they wanted to conceal in the text, the warning message. And you got to go to my code to get more information about that. But that's how you can identify the interpretation of the particular passage, because the plagiarized part is the key code to interpretation, as I go over with Brethren Ado in that code playlist. And King James is dominant because they'll quote Isaiah, and it may go for several chapters, but then you get Nephi and even Jacob giving further expounding on it. And that expounding is interpreted with the key code of the plagiarized Isaiah chapters. That's how you do it. And so that's why the 1769 King James Version, with the errors and all, were plagiarized into the Book of Mormon. And so that's what they're doing in the Book of Mormon, Jeremy. It's not a purported ancient text, even though they claim it is. You need to understand, like I told you in other videos in the previous one, that they were York Masons, York Rites Masons, with the Knights Templar. Knights Templar are where they got the idea for ancient records in Egyptian buried in the ground in America. That's where it all comes from. And so, yeah. I think And that's good enough for this one. And we'll get the 2. I think I'm gonna shower and shave here, so we'll see.